Let me show you an asset you already own that probably never appears on any account statement. Picture someone 25 years old with $5,000 saved. By every normal measure, they're not rich. But hidden from view, they're already sitting on something worth around $2 million. Nobody handed it to them. They can't log in and see it. And most people spend their whole lives without realizing it's there. So what is this invisible $2 million asset? The asset is you. More precisely, it's your future earning power. Every paycheck you have not collected yet. Economists call it human capital. Add up all the money you'll likely earn across your working life. Bring it back to what it's worth today, and that total is your single biggest holding by far when you're young. A typical career might pay out $1.5 to $2 million or more over 40 years. You don't feel rich because that wealth arrives 1 month at a time, but it's an asset all the same, and it's quietly the largest one most people will ever have. Here's the part that reorders everything. Your human capital and your financial capital trade places over your life. At 25, your savings are tiny, but your future earnings are enormous. Almost all of your real wealth is human capital. Then, year after year, you convert it. You go to work, you turn time and skill into paychecks, and you move a slice of that into investments. By the time you retire, your human capital is nearly spent, but if you played it well, your financial capital has grown to take its place. Wealth building, in one picture, is simply this handoff from one curve to the other. Put the two side by side when you're starting out, and the gap is almost comical. Your financial capital is whatever sits in your accounts today, maybe a few $1,000s, maybe nothing. Your human capital is decades of paychecks you haven't earned yet, worth 7 figures. So ask yourself, if one of these is hundreds of times bigger than the other, which one deserves more of your attention? For most of your early career, the answer isn't the small pile you already have. It's the giant one you're still going to earn. Now watch what that means in real money. Say you earn $50,000 a year. You could pinch pennies and skip the daily coffee, saving maybe $1,800 over a year, real but small. Or you could spend that same year making yourself 10% more valuable, a skill, a certification, a better role. That's $5,000 more income this year, and it doesn't stop. Repeat it across a 40-year career, and you're looking at $200,000 or more, before future raises stack on top of the higher base. The coffee is rounding, the raise is the whole game. So how do you actually grow this asset? You invest in it the same way you'd invest in anything. You build skills the market pays for, not just ones you enjoy. You widen your network because opportunities travel through people. You protect your health and energy because a tired, burned-out you earns less. And you guard your reputation, since trust is what gets you hired and promoted. None of this shows up in a brokerage app, but every bit of it raises the value of the biggest asset you own. Which leads to a conclusion that catches people off guard. When you're young, the highest return investment available to you usually isn't a stock or a fund at all. It's you. A raise compounds for the rest of your working life, on a base far larger than your tiny starting portfolio. So before you obsess over squeezing another % out of your investments, ask whether the bigger win is making yourself more valuable. But here's the catch that makes the whole thing urgent. Human capital is perishable. It doesn't last forever. Every year you work, you spend a little of it, and you can never get that year back. It can also be damaged by illness, by a layoff, by skills that go out of date. That's exactly why you don't just sit on it. You steadily convert it into financial capital, money that keeps working even when you can't. The paycheck is the asset melting. Your investments are where the melt is supposed to refreeze. And because it's your biggest asset, it's also the one most worth protecting. Think about it. People insure a car worth $30,000 without blinking, yet leave a $2 million earning engine completely exposed. That's what an emergency fund and the right insurance really are. Not boring chores, but armor around the asset that funds everything else. If your ability to earn is the engine, those are the things that keep one bad year from stalling it for good. So let's pull it together. Your single biggest asset, especially early on, isn't your savings, it's your human capital, the value of every paycheck you'll ever earn, often worth 7 figures. The whole project of building wealth is converting that perishable asset into financial capital before it fades. When you're young, the highest return move is usually raising your own earning power, not shaving pennies. And since this engine funds everything, you protect it with an emergency fund and the right insurance. See yourself as an asset, and your money decisions start lining up in the right order. If this changed how you see your own paycheck, the natural next step is learning how to turn that earning power into lasting wealth. Our breakdown on compound interest shows exactly how the money you convert keeps growing on its own. And remember, this is education, not financial advice, so do your own research for your situation. Subscribe for more money ideas explained simply, and I'll see you in the next one.